हेलो दोस्तों, कैसे हैं आप सभी। आप लोगों का कल 5 अगस्त को महात्मा गांधी काशी विद्यापीठ यूनिवर्सिटी में बीए सेकंड सेमेस्टर वाले बच्चों का इंग्लिश का पेपर है और आपके पेपर का नेम है इंग्लिश पोट्री। दोस्तों, इस पेपर के लिए मैं 2 क्लास पहले ही अपलोड कर चुकी हूँ। ये आपकी तीसरी और लास्ट क्लास है और मैं आपको 100% गारंटी दे रही हूँ कि अगर आपने ये तीनों वीडियो अच्छे से कर लिए तो आप अपने पेपर में 60 से 70% जितने भी क्वेश्चन हैं आपको इन वीडियो से आराम से देखने को मिल जाएंगे। लेकिन आप एक भी क्वेश्चन छोड़ के नहीं जाएंगे। इन तीनों वीडियो में मैंने वो क्वेश्चन लिए जो 4 साल में सबसे ज़्यादा बार आपके पेपर में पूछे गए, यानी कि जो रिपीट हुए हैं, और मैंने आपके सिलेबस को डाउनलोड करके उसके जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन बन रहे थे वो भी इन तीनों वीडियो में अच्छे से कवर करा दिए हैं। मैंने आपके इन तीनों वीडियो में वेरी शॉर्ट, शॉर्ट और लॉन्ग तीनों टाइप के क्वेश्चन कराए हैं। एक आपके पेपर में बहुत ज़्यादा पूछा जाता है कि आपको 4 लाइन दे दी जाती हैं और उनको आपको एक्सप्लेन करना होता है बहुत अच्छे से, तो वो भी मैंने आपको इन तीनों वीडियो में करा दिए हैं। तीनों वीडियो में मिला के मैंने आपको लगभग 15 लाइन्स कराई हैं। आप उनको ज़रूर देख लीजिएगा और उम्मीद है कि आपके उन्हीं लाइन्स में आपका क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया जाएगा। वैसे जो आपको ये 4 लाइन्स दी जाती हैं इनके साथ आपको ऑप्शन में लॉन्ग आंसर दिया जाता है, लेकिन कभी कभी नहीं भी देता है, इसलिए आपको ये लाइन्स पढ़ के ज़रूर जानी है। और आपको वीडियो ढूंढने में कहीं भी दिक्कत नहीं होगी, इसलिए मैंने प्लेलिस्ट बना दी। आप प्लेलिस्ट में चले जाइएगा और तीनों वीडियो आपको वहीं से मिल जाएंगे, बस आपको उनको देख के ज़रूर जाना है। अब चलिए हम लोग अपने क्वेश्चंस की तरफ चलते हैं। ये आपका वेरी शॉर्ट का फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है। राइट द मेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ एलेजी। आंसर: एन एलेजी इज़ अ पोएम ऑफ sorrow and mourning. It is usually written on the death of person. The poet expresses grief and deep emotions. An elegy remembers the good qualities of the dead person. It also gives comfort and hope to the readers. Nature is often described in an elegy. The language is simple, serious, and emotional. An elegy usually ends with hope and spiritual peace. The mood of an elegy is calm and thoughtful. A famous example is Elegy written in a country churchyard by Thomas Gray. Thus, an elegy is a poem that expresses sorrow, remembrance, and hope. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 2। व्हाट इज juxtaposition? Answer: juxtaposition is a literary device. It means placing two different ideas or things side by side. The purpose is to show contrast or comparison. It is commonly used in poetry, stories, and drama. It helps readers understand the meaning more clearly. Writers use juxtaposition to create a strong effect. It makes the differences between ideas more noticeable. Sometimes it also shows similarities between two things. For example, light and darkness placed together is a juxtaposition. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 3। What do you understand by Victorian poetry? Answer: Victorian poetry is a poetry written during the reign of Queen Victoria. The Victorian age lasted from 1837 to 1901, characterized by the tension between faith and science, a shift from romantic idealism to realism, and a focus on social and moral issues. Famous Victorian poets include Alfred Tennyson, Robert Browning, Matthew Arnold, and Christina Rossetti. Victorian poetry combines emotion with realism and moral purpose. The language is simple, serious, and thoughtful. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 4। डिस्कस डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ ब्लैंक वर्स। आंसर: Blank verse is a very popular form of English poetry. It is written without rhyme. It follows the pattern of iambic pentameter. Each line usually contains 10 syllables. Blank verse has rhythm but no rhyme. It sounds natural and smooth. It gives freedom to the poet to express ideas. Many great English poets used blank verse. William Shakespeare used it in his plays. John Milton used blank verse in Paradise Lost. It is suitable for both poetry and drama. Thus, blank verse is admired for its rhythm, simplicity, and freedom of expression. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 5। What is iambic pentameter? Answer: Iambic pentameter is a common poetic meter in English poetry.
It consists of 5 IMBs in one line. An IMB has 2 syllables. The first syllable is unstressed, the second syllable is stressed. Thus, one line has 10 syllables in total. This meter creates a smooth and natural rhythm. Many famous poets use this meter. William Shakespeare used it in his plays and sonnets. John Milton also used it in Paradise Lost. Iambic pentameter is the foundation of many English poems. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. What is the difference between personification and apostrophe figures of speech? इसमें आपसे डिफरेंस पूछा गया है personification and apostrophe के बीच में. तो इसका आंसर है personification and apostrophe आर इम्पॉर्टेंट फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच. आप इसको इस तरीके से लिखेंगे कि फर्स्ट हेडिंग डालिएगा personification, फिर आप इसको एक्सप्लेन करिएगा और सेकेंड हेडिंग डालिएगा apostrophe और उसको एक्सप्लेन करिएगा. Personification gives human qualities to non-living things. For example, the wind whispers softly. Here the wind is given the human quality of whispering. Apostrophe means directly addressing an absent person or non-living object. The object cannot reply. For example, O death, where is thy sting? Here death is directly addressed. Personification describes. Apostrophe directly speak to someone or something. Thus, personification gives human qualities while apostrophe gives a direct address. इसको आप एक चीज़ देख लीजिएगा कि जो while के आगे वाला पार्ट है इसको मैंने गलती से रेड से कर दिया है. ये इसी का पार्ट है जो ये ब्लैक वाला लिखा है, तो इसे आप देख लीजिएगा. ये जो पर्सोनिफिकेशन में वर्णन किया गया ये इसका हिंदी वाला पार्ट है. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 7. Write important characteristic of the lyric. Answer. A lyric is a short poem. It expresses the personal feelings of the poet. A lyric is emotional and musical. It usually focuses on one idea or emotion. Love, nature, joy and sorrow are common themes. The language of a lyric is simple and beautiful. A lyric creates a musical effect through rhythm. The poet expresses the poet's heart and emotions. Famous lyric poets include Wordsworth, Shelley Keats, and Yeats. Thus, a lyric is a short, emotional, and musical poem expressing personal feelings. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 8. What are the key features of a sonnet? Answer. A sonnet is a short lyric poem. It always has 14 lines. A sonnet follows a fixed rhyme scheme. It is usually written in iambic pentameter. It expresses one central idea or emotion. Love is the most common theme of a sonnet. Nature, beauty, time and death are also important themes. There are different types of sonnet. The famous types are Petrarchan, Shakespearean and Miltonic sonnets. The language is artistic, meaningful and musical. A sonnet ends with a strong conclusion or message. Thus, a sonnet is a 14-line poem with a fixed form and deep meaning. Question number 9. Define the stressed and unstressed syllables. Answer. A syllable is a unit of pronunciation in a word. Some syllables are spoken with more force. These are called stressed syllables. Other syllables are spoken softly. These are called unstressed syllables. Stress creates rhythm in the poetry. English poetry depends on stressed and unstressed syllables. For example, in the word today, day is stressed and to is unstressed. यहाँ पे ये जो आपका टुडे वर्ड है इसमें जो डे है ये इस पे पूरा फोकस किया जा रहा है, इसलिए ये स्ट्रेस्ड वर्ड है. और जो इसका ये टू वाला पार्ट है ये अनस्ट्रेस्ड वर्ड है. करेक्ट स्ट्रेस मेक्स रीडिंग स्मूथ एंड म्यूजिकल. दस स्ट्रेस्ड एंड अनस्ट्रेस्ड syllables आर द फाउंडेशन ऑफ इंग्लिश पोएट्री रिदम. यहाँ से आपके वेरी शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन ख़त्म हो गए हैं और शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर शुरू हो रहे हैं. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. राइट अ शॉर्ट नोट ऑन जॉन डन एज अ पोएट ऑफ लव. आंसर. John Donne was the one of the greatest metaphysical poets of English literature. He is especially famous as a poet of love. His love poetry is different from the traditional love poetry. He combines love with intelligence, logic, and deep emotion. His poem describe both physical and spiritual love. He believed that true love is pure, faithful, and everlasting. Donne used unusual comparison called metaphysical conceits. These comparisons make his poetry original and impressive. His language is simple but full of deep meaning. His famous love poems include The Good Morrow, The Sun Rising, and A Valediction, forbidding mourning. His poetry teaches that true love is based on trust and understanding. Thus, John Donne is remembered as a unique poet of love because of his originality, intellect, and deep emotions. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. ट्रेस द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ थॉट इन द पोएम Ode to a Nightingale. Answer. Ode to a Nightingale is a famous poem written by John Keats. The poem describes the poet's thought and imagination. Ode to a Nightingale. At the beginning, the poet feels sad and unhappy. He hears the sweet song of nightingale. The bird's song fills him with joy and wonder. The nightingale becomes a symbol of beauty and immortality. The poet wishes to escape from the pains of human life. He dreams of entering the world of imagination through poetry. The poet realizes that human life is short, but art and beauty are everlasting. Finally, the bird flies away and the poet returns to reality. He is unable to decide whether his experience was real or a dream. Thus, poem moves from sorrow to imagination and finally to reality, expressing Keats' love for beauty and art. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. What qualities of Shakespearean sonnet do you find in the poem Let Me Not to the Marriage of True Minds? Answer. The poem Let Me Not to the Marriage of True Mind is a sonnet 116 written by William Shakespeare. It is one of the finest example of Shakespearean sonnet. A Shakespearean sonnet has 14 lines. The poem is divided into 3 quatrains and one concluding couplet. Its rhyme scheme is ABAB, CD, EFEF, GG. The poem is written in iambic pentameter. The main theme of the poem is true and everlasting love. Shakespeare says that true love never changes with time or circumstances. The poem expresses universal truth about love. It teaches that true love remains constant in every situation. He compares true love to a fixed star that always guides people. The poem uses beautiful metaphors and powerful imagery. The language is simple, musical, and full of wisdom. The final couplet gives a strong conclusion and increases the beauty of the poem. Thus, this poem has all the important qualities of a Shakespearean sonnet, such as fixed form, musical rhythm, beautiful imagery, deep thoughts, and a memorable concluding couplet. यहाँ से आपके शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन ख़त्म हो रहे हैं और लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आंसर शुरू हो रहे हैं. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है आपका, राइट अ समरी ऑफ द पोएम एन एलेजी रिटन इन अ कंट्री चर्चयार्ड. आंसर. Elegy written in a country churchyard is a famous poem written by Thomas Gray. It is one of the greatest elegies in English literature. The poem begins with a peaceful evening in a village churchyard. Elegy written in a country churchyard. The poet watches the villagers returning home after their day's work. Slowly, silence spread over the whole village. The poet looks at the grave of ordinary villagers. He says that these people lived simple and honest lives. They had talent, but they never got the chance to become famous. The poet reminds us that death comes to everyone. No one can escape death, whether rich or poor. The poem teaches us to respect common people and their simple lives. Its language is simple, serious, and full of deep feelings. The poem ends with hope, peace, and the belief that good people are remembered forever. Thus, the poem is a beautiful meditation on life, death, and equality and human dignity. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. How does Donne reflect metaphysical element in his poetry? Answer. John Donne is the greatest metaphysical poet in English literature. His poetry is famous for its originality and deep thinking. He combines intellect with emotion. His poem contains unusual comparisons called metaphysical conceits. These comparisons surprise the reader and create a strong effect. Donne writes about both physical and spiritual love. He uses logic and argument in his poems. His poetry also discusses religion, death, and the soul. His language is simple but full of deep meanings. His poems require careful reading and understanding. Some famous poems are The Good Morrow, The Sun Rising, and The Valediction, forbidding morning. His poetry is rich in wit, imagination, and philosophical ideas. Thus, Donne reflects metaphysical elements through conceits, intellect, philosophy, spiritual love, and original style. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. राइट अ नोट ऑन टेनिसन lyrical qualities. Answer. Alfred Lord Tennyson was one of the greatest Victorian poets. He is famous for his beautiful lyrical poetry. His poems are full of music and melody. He used simple, clear, and attractive language. Nature is an important subject in his poetry. He describes flowers, rivers, birds, and landscapes beautifully. His poetry expresses deep human emotions. Love, sorrow, hope, and faith are common themes in his poems. His imagination is rich and creative. He uses beautiful imagery and poetic symbols. His famous poems include The Lady of Shalott, Ulysses, and In Memoriam. His poems create a sweet musical effect on the readers. Thus, Tennyson is remembered for his musical language, deep emotions, beautiful imagination, and lyrical excellence. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. राइट अ नोट ऑन ब्राउनिंग एज अ राइटर ऑफ ड्रामेटिक मोनोलॉग. आंसर. रॉबर्ट ब्राउनिंग वॉज वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट विक्टोरियन पोएट्स. He is regarded as the master of dramatic monologue. A dramatic monologue is a poem spoken by one character. The speaker addresses a silent listener. Through his speech, the speaker reveals his own character. Browning was deeply interested in human psychology. His poems reveal human thoughts, emotions, and hidden motives. His most famous dramatic monologue is My Last Duchess. His language is natural, powerful, and conversational. His poems combine drama, psychology, and poetry beautifully. His dramatic monologues are realistic and full of life. Thus, Browning is remembered as the greatest writer of dramatic monologue because of his deep understanding of human nature and his unique poetic style. आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. What is the central idea of the poem church going? ये क्वेश्चन आपका 3 तरीके से पूछा जा सकता है. एक तरीका ये जो मैंने आपको पहले बताया. दूसरा तरीका इवेलुएट द पोएम चर्च गोइंग बाय अप्लाइंग द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ प्रैक्टिकल क्रिटिसिज्म. एक और मेथड है पूछने का, राइट प्रैक्टिकल क्रिटिसिज्म ऑफ द पोएम चर्च गोइंग. वैसे मैंने जो आपको आंसर प्रोवाइड किया है ये तीनों क्वेश्चनों में आप सेम आंसर लिख सकते हैं, लेकिन अगर आप बिल्कुल इन दोनों क्वेश्चनों का एग्जैक्ट आंसर लिखना चाह रहे हैं सेकंड और थर्ड वाले क्वेश्चन का, तो जो आपकी सेकंड क्लास थी उसमें जो आपका लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन 5th था उसमें मैंने इसको एग्जैक्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया हुआ है, तो आप वहाँ से देख सकते हैं. आंसर. चर्च गोइंग इज़ अ फेमस मॉडर्न पोएम written by Philip Larkin. The poem deals with the importance of religion, faith, and human values. The poet describes a person who visits an old church. At first, the speaker has no religious feelings and visits the church casually. But gradually, he starts thinking about the importance of the church. The church represents faith, tradition, history, and human emotions. The poet questions whether churches will remain meaningful in the future. He believes that even if religious belief decline, human will always search for peace and truth. The poem shows the conflict between modern life and traditional values. Larkin presents his ideas through simple language and realistic expression. The central idea of the poem is that human being needs places of peace and spiritual reflection. Thus, Church going explores faith, doubt and the permanent need for spiritual values in human life। आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, critically appreciate the poem Elegy written in a country churchyard। आंसर, Elegy written in a country churchyard is a famous poem written by Thomas Gray। It is one of the greatest elegies in English literature। The poem describes the peaceful atmosphere of a village churchyard in the evening। The poet thinks about the lives and deaths of ordinary villagers. He praises their simple, honest and hard-working lives। The poem expresses the idea of equality in death। According to the poet, death comes equally to rich and poor। The poem also shows sympathy for those talented people who never got opportunities। Thomas Gray uses simple language, beautiful imagery, and deep emotions। The mood of the poem is serious, calm, and thoughtful। The poem combines personal feelings with universal truths about human life। Its message of humility, equality, and respect for common people makes it a great poem। Thus, Elegy written in a country churchyard is a masterpiece because of its emotional depth, philosophical ideas and beautiful poetic style। अब यहाँ से आपके वो जो लाइन वाले क्वेश्चन पूछ जाते हैं वो शुरू हो रहे हैं। एक्सप्लेन द फॉलोइंग लाइन्स विद रेफरेंस टू द कॉन्टेक्स्ट। आपकी फर्स्ट लाइन है, आ लव लेट अस बी ट्रू टू वन अदर फॉर द वर्ड विच सीम्स टू लाई बिफोर अस लाइक अ लैंड ऑफ ड्रीम्स so various, so beautiful, so new, hath reality neither joy nor love nor light। ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, आप देख लीजिएगा तो आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा। रेफरेंस, these lines are taken from the poem Dover Beach written by Matthew Arnold। Context, the poet looks at the beautiful sea and thinks about human life। The poet expresses his sadness about the condition of modern society। He feels that faith and peace are disappearing from the world। Explanation, the poet advises his beloved to remain faithful to each other because the world is not as beautiful as it appears। The world looks attractive and beautiful like a dream, but actually it is full of suffering and uncertainty। Only true love can provide support in this uncertain world। These lines express a not pessimistic view of modern life। आपकी सेकेंड लाइन्स हैं, ओ नो इट इज़ एन एवर फिक्स्ड मार्क दैट लुक्स ऑन टेम्पेस्ट एंड इज़ नेवर शेकिन। इट इज़ द स्टार टू एवरी वंडरिंग बार्क हुज वर्ड्स अननोन ऑल्दो हिज हाइट बी टेकन। ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसको आप देख लीजिएगा। रेफरेंस, these lines are taken from Shakespeare's sonnet number 116, Let me not to the marriage of true minds। Context, Shakespeare describes the nature of true love in this sonnet। He says that true love never changes with time or difficulties। Explanation, the poet compares true love with a fixed star that guides ships in the sea। True love remains strong even during storms and problems। Its value cannot be measured because it is eternal and powerful। These lines present Shakespeare's ideal concept of love। The use of metaphor makes the poem beautiful and meaningful। आपकी थर्ड लाइन्स है, हैप्पी द मैन whose wish and care a few paternal acres bound, content to breathe his native air in his own ground। Thus let me live unseen unknown, thus unlamented let me die, steal from the word and not a stone, tell where I lie। ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसको आप देख लीजिएगा। रेफरेंस, these lines are taken from the poem Elegy written in a country churchyard written by Thomas Gray। Context, the poet describes the peaceful and simple life of common villagers। The poet expresses the desire for a quiet and peaceful life even after death। Explanation, the poet says that a man who is satisfied with his small piece of land is truly happy। Such people enjoy a peaceful life away from ambition and competition। The poet wishes to live and die without fame or public attention। These lines show the value of simplicity and freedom for the worldly desires। आपकी नेक्स्ट लाइन है, लाइन्स नंबर 4, Let not ambition mock their useful toll, their homely joys and destiny obscure, not grandeur here with a disdainful smile, the short and simple annals of the poor. Reference. These lines are taken from the Thomas Gray poem Elegy written in a country churchyard. Context. The poet defends the lives of poor and ordinary people. He says that their simple lives should not be considered inferior. Explanation. The poet requests ambitious and rich people not to insult the poor villages. Poor people may not have wealth, but they have honest work and simple happiness. The poet believes that every human life has dignity and value. आपकी नेक्स्ट लाइन है लाइन नंबर 5. लेट मी नॉट टू द मैरिज ऑफ ट्रू माइंड्स एडमिट इम्पेडिमेंट्स लव इज़ नॉट लव विच ऑल्टर व्हेन इट ऑल्टरेशन फाइंड्स और बेंड विद द रिमूवर टू रिमूव. रेफरेंस. These lines are taken from the Shakespeare famous sonnet number 116, Let me not to the marriage of true minds. Context. In this sonnet, Shakespeare explains the true nature of love. He says that real love remains constant in all situations. Explanation. The poet says that true love should not be affected by difficulties or changes. Real love never changes with time or circumstances. A person who leaves love because of problems never experiences true love. These lines present Shakespeare's ideal view of eternal love. आपकी नेक्स्ट लाइन है लाइन नंबर 6. वी हैव गिवन आवर हार्ट्स अवे a sordid boon, this sea that bears her bosom to the moon, the winds that will be howling at all hours, and are upgathered now like sleeping flowers. Reference. These lines are taken from the poem The Word is Too Much With Us, written by William Wordsworth. Context. Wordsworth was a great romantic poet who loved nature deeply. In this poem, he criticized modern people for being busy with the material possessions. Explanation. The poet says that human beings have lost their connection with nature because of their material desires. The phrase given our hearts away means that people no longer feel love and respect for nature. The poet considers material success a bad exchange because humans have lost spiritual happiness. He described the beauty of the sea and winds to show the greatness of nature. The poet feels that people cannot understand the wonderful sights and sounds of nature.
तो दोस्तों ये थे आपके मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. अगर किसी भी क्वेश्चन में कोई भी डाउट हो तो आप मुझे निसंकोच कमेंट कर सकते हैं. रिप्लाई मैं डेफिनेटली करती हूँ. और वीडियो देखने के लिए धन्यवाद.